It's your goat speaking.
All
right.
We'll see.
Are you broadcasting from a potato today?
I said the same thing. He's got something's wrong with his camera or something.
Can you just wipe your camera? Like,
I don't think it's the camera, guys.
No, I think it's his go to his camera settings. He's probably on fucking 320.
This motherfucker looks like an N64 character.
Because I'm on 720 right now, high def. He's probably on 360.
It says I'm on 720.
Oh shit!
Are you using virtual background or are you using your green screen?
He's using his green screen. Turn your green screen off and see if that fixes it. That didn't do shit. You still look like you're from fucking Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4.
It's his internet.
No, he looks like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1.
I unchecked. I have a green screen thing. Let me see. I'm going to take the green screen off real quick.
How many tabs you got open on your computer?
A lot.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Some of those.
You only have so much fucking memory, dum dum.
knowing Kenny, that's like all like fucking.
It's all. He in that split second he looked up all the locker room porn.
Oh no!
It's all locker room porn in that.
Look, no, he just hit a button and they all appeared.
It's not even just. I got that.
It's all malware.
Other shit you got.
I got 3 separate desktops up and everything. So
why?
I got a desktop for unbiased. I got a desktop for me. I got a desktop for everything. I got everything ready.
You are a psychopath.
It's making your quality suck.
never get caught lacking out here in these streets.
Except for your internet, it does.
Out here looking.
Okay. Does this look better now?
Oh. Simone, I got this shirt on.
No, not really, but go ahead.
Okay, I was about to say because I closed 2 of the desktops. All right.
Naruto.
Yeah.
Ugh. Put my background back up before we start. Since it started to look bad.
It did get a little bit better. Not. Oh nope, it's bad again.
No, it's his internet.
Well, it's because he's got so much shit running too.
I X'd it all out now.
leave. Hold on. Leave the chat. Leave and then come back.
But then again, wait. But then again, I am uploading a podcast too.
That's what the problem is.
That's why. You need to pause it or stop it or do something.
I just thought about that. Like, I forgot I'm uploading unbiased as we speak.
Yeah, the live stream is watching us troubleshoot Kenny's internet.
Right. You're gonna have to cancel, pause it or something, so your bandwidth stops.
You can't see you, motherfucker. Can't tell if you a cockroach or a bed bug.
Wow.
We live in America. You cannot upload something and stream something at the same time.
I can.
The internet companies don't allow it.
Okay,
wait,
so
Travis.
What about now?
You know what, I'll ask later.
Does it look good now?
Yeah, it looks better. You're not stalling every 2 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, you're up to at least normal quality.
Yeah.
I was on that middle fudge internet. That's what you were last week.
My internet was pretty bad last week, but for me, it's not normally internet. It's my sound quality. Keith got the bad internet.
Yeah, y'all two are pretty bad. Y'all do and another thing, let me tell you something else.
Yeah.
I feel like his quality improved so much.
I am evil.
All right, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. All right.
Go for it.
I forgot my line.
Book me as your travel chief.
Oh, yeah. Acknowledge me. Your book it chief.
Welcome to Book It, a wrestling podcast where we book and revisit your favorite wrestling storylines. I'm your commissioner, Hi-Fi Mike, and today I have your GMs, Damone, D-Money Allen.
Hello.
Primetime Travie T.
I'm Primetime Travie T.
Lil Fudge.
Hello.
And the bad guy, Kenny.
Shout out to me.
Aren't I great?
Yeah.
And this week we are officially starting Book It verse 3. I already tell everybody I've already been robbed.
Oh wow!
So just putting that out.
Mike got the
forward,
excuses
out the
ready.
front. Excuses.
The little
Again,
Caesars of excuses, they hot ready.
I took a
Just
look
like
at
the L's is gonna take.
I took another look at my roster. I shook my head.
You have a good roster though.
You
I
actually
have an okay roster, and then it's a lot of filler.
Just make them not filler. That's
Yeah,
your
I'm
job.
about to say.
Look, it's
Hey,
kind of hard.
It's all
There's
about
a
how
reason you
present
guys
it.
didn't pick most of these people. Anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with Kenny's promotion. He's gonna start off Book It verse 3. So I'm just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna get started here. If you
Double
haven't listened to any of the
penetration
Book It
wrestling.
verse, you can start here. This is a good place to start with the Book It verse. If you like it, you can go back and listen to the other two we have. So let's get started.
Let me just say, I'm excited for this. DPW.
DPW. So if you don't already know,
DP.
if you don't already
Dr.
know,
Pepper.
This is just like old school booking. Can you just
yeah, I'm
talk?
about to say right that word. All right, so if you don't already know, this is Dynamite Pro Wrestling, and we're pretty much retconning season 1, so it's not ECW anymore. It is considered DPW now. And the show starts off in the PNC Arena in Raleigh, North Carolina. So just letting you know where we at. All right. So,
There's some Confederate flags in that crowd.
Did you want background music for this?
Nope. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Kid Rock in that arena.
I'm okay. All right. Previously on DPW. So Joey Styles says, "Welcome to DPW." And the camera cuts to Super Crazy doing a super hurricane run off the top rope to Tajiri. We see Sabu thrown off the top rope by Sandman. He goes through a table outside the ring. There's a quick shot of Candice Michelle taking her top off and showing her bra. We hear the crowd chant, "Holy shit! Holy shit!" We see Braun Strowman hitting the brainbuster off the top rope to Mark Henry, and the weight of the move breaking the ring. And there's a doctor telling Mark Henry that he'll never wrestle again due to his neck injury. Quick shot of Rick Rude winking at the camera. We see them do the Rude plex to beat the Usos to win the belts back. We see Tony winning, but every time she gets shot at the title, when there's more than one opponent, she gets screwed out of it. And then we finally get a shot of her winning. She's jumping into the crowd while having the women's belt on her shoulders with the tongue out. She's like, like she's geek. JTG, he defends his cruiserweight title against all the cruiserweights, shows him holding the title over the bodies in the ring. And then we see Roman Reigns take out the entire brand. The montage ends with Sandman standing there holding his kendo stick high as the brand runs into the ring on both sides of him as the DPW chants get louder. So that's the previous on DPW. What's up?
Which brand did Roman Reigns take out entirely?
I don't know what brand that was. I do not know.
I think it was Impact.
Damn,
That's
remember who
WWE footage.
remember who beat them in the ratings? So
that's just the previously on DPW. I don't know if you're rating that because now we're about to start the show. That was just the previously on.
that feels like a TV commercial.
I have a question. How long was that?
That was exactly. I knew you were gonna do that shit. It's 2 minutes.
Oh, it's gotta get rated then.
It's good.
Okay, bet.
It's a part of your show at that point for 2 minutes. Okay,
It's just a recap.
It's
a recap.
Travis boys. Yeah.
So someone give a rating. This is new. I don't know what to rate here.
I'll start. You know what,
I
Kenny?
liked
It had some ups and downs actually. Like it was chaotic. I like that. It captured the highlights. Yeah, it captured the highlights. I'll start off soft. I'll give it a 4.
Okay. Well, so this is all the stuff that happened last season. So I mean, I'll take it.
Hey, last season you did win, so getting a 4 for a recap on it is fine by me.
I'm just letting you know.
I'll give you a 3.75.
Okay.
It was a good recap, so I'll give you I'll give you also a 3.75. That sounds fair.
I'm the Nexus Raider now.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I don't know why we recap.
Why are we?
Hey, remember when I had Johnny Gargano cut a 30-second promo and it was like, rate it?
It's a weekly show, so we're rating every single segment.
Like I was saying, I was like, yeah, I'll take it.
There's nothing. There's
Rate it,
nothing
Mike.
there to rate.
Give it a 3.
I'm with Mike on this. There's nothing
There's
to rate.
nothing there to rate. I'm not rating it. There's nothing there to rate.
Hey,
Okay, so Mike just
Give him a
makes it
0.
now. We don't have to. We just get to whatever Mike wants us to do. What's next, Mike?
There's nothing there. There's no substance to rate.
You listen to it.
I heard it.
I feel
It
like
was
we should
just-
Apparently, we're not rating it, guys.
Okay, then that segment doesn't get rated. Erase all those scores. You don't
Okay,
get anything
cool.
for that.
because I was about to say, I was like, this has already been rated. Like we
Hey,
rated that before.
we are stirring that Travis Mike pot already, getting that feud nice and built up.
So now you guys are filled in. The
Joke's
show's
on you. I'm just feuding with everyone. Fuck all
Yeah.
I love it. So the show starts in total darkness. You hear 5 footsteps as it becomes slightly dimmed. The footsteps stop.
Why
See the
5?
You gonna see? Go ahead.
Because he
Let
don't
me do my thing. Let me do my
three
thing.
enough. He needs 5.
Let me do my thing. You see the camera pan and reveals Batista's face. You see a hand quickly run a match across his cheek to light a cigar. It is revealed to be Ted DiBiase Jr. in a red suit. We see Kip Sabian hand him a cigar. Ted DiBiase used his match to light a cigar. A wise man once told me, don't confuse your self-worth with your net worth. He must not have been too wise since he died penniless. Everybody has a price. I will take over this godforsaken place. They call me a madman. I tried to talk to the higher ups, but after I got the necessary resources, I said, I guess I'll just have to do it myself. We see Ted DiBiase Jr. take one last puff of his cigar as the lights fully go out as he laughs. So that's the introduction.
So, and how long was this?
It's a minute.
It's gotta get rated.
Yeah,
Wait, is
Is
this
this
is new.
leading? Is
No,
this
yeah.
leading to a
What,
match?
give me a
Or is
second.
this- or is
Give
this
me
a
one.
segment?
Hold on. Who was in that segment again? Ted DiBiase Jr.
Batista and Kip
Jr.,
Sabian.
Batista and Kip Sabian.
Okay.
Okay, I have a question. So, did you say that Ted DiBiase used Batista's cheek to light the match?
Yep.
Rough ass beard.
That's what I thought.
He doesn't have a beard here either, so he's just this is pure cheek. He got that on.
Is it even humanly
You
possible?
know how matches work.
It is. It is humanly possible.
Kenny was Googling YouTube and matches to body parts.
I'm not sure it is possible. I'm not just taking your word for
Yeah.
it.
No, it's possible.
I'm intrigued, so I'm gonna give you a 4 for that one.
Someone else go. Mike, John.
Mike, John.
I'll go with a 3.
I'm gonna go in between them actually, because I see both of their points. Like there is some potential here for this to be great or terrible. This is either gonna be ass or it's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Okay.
Right.
So here's the thing. I can't grade you off what I think is going to happen. I can only grade you off what did happen.
Okay.
And it's an introductory to what I believe is a villainous character with a villainous faction. It's a unique pairing of people I wouldn't have expected. I'm going to give you a 4.13.
Me and Travis turning a new leaf.
4.13.
I'm counting the pennies. This book of verse.
Me and Travis are the nicest Raiders now. What world are we living in?
Settle down. There was one rating.
Now we're going on.
Ramon, are
the
you
show
drinking
now.
the little cans of Pepsi?
Mm-hmm.
I hate that.
Put this pinky up.
So now we get a camera cut to the stage as Hell Yeah by Ref Theory plays. Give me
Oh
a
my
hell,
God.
give me a yeah. Stand up right now. Give me a hell, give me a yes.
Hey, let me say something before you continue, Kenny. This motherfucker drafted all of music and then picked Rev Theory. Please continue accordingly.
Yeah, there you go. That's the steam. The steam. Every time Monday Night Madness comes
Shit
on.
is ass.
So that song's playing. The pyro goes off. It's like count, 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 and we hear Joey Styles and JBL on commentary. Welcome to DPW Monday Night Madness on Spike. We are your hosts, Joey Styles and John Bradshaw Layfield. We are in front of a sellout crowd of 21,204 people at the PNC Arena in Raleigh, North Carolina. How are you feeling tonight, JBL? I'm feeling great tonight, Joey. We got to see the owner himself, Ted DiBiase Jr., come out with his right hand man, Batista. I'm intrigued to see what will happen next. And he says, well, you don't have to wait any longer. We have Lauren Thompson with Bobby Lashley at the moment. Lauren? Thanks, Joey. Bobby, you have a match tonight against Roman Reigns. What are your thoughts going into this match with such a tough opponent? Before Bobby gets a word in, Roman Reigns shows up with the World Heavyweight title on his shoulder and the Usos behind him. I'll tell you how he feels. He may not show it on the outside because he's got pride. He doesn't want to show how scared he is because he's got a rep to maintain. The butterflies in his stomach aren't nerves. He's scared. He's petrified. He's terrified at the moment. He's seen my body of work. How I took over the industry several times. This isn't my first rodeo. Now, I'm not being arrogant, Bobby. You had a shot to be where I am, but you couldn't hack it. When I prove once again that I'm the greatest and most prestigious champion to ever grace a pair of wrestling boots, well, then there's nothing left to say. Bobby, I hope you pray. Because when you come out to the ring and you see me on the other side with my family, at that point, it's too late. God won't be able to answer your call when I make you go to sleep. You may be almighty, but I'm all-knowing. And I know when the guillotine comes out, heads will roll. And I'll just have to add you to the list. Now, Bobby, it's your turn to talk. Bobby gets in his face, but the Usos walk up a little closer to let him know he's outnumbered. If he tries anything, Bobby walks off pissed. Roman gives a smirk as the camera cuts. And that was 4 minutes.
Okay. I don't want to go first this time.
I will. I have some mixed feelings here. I'll be honest. So I'll tell you what I liked first. I thought the promo itself from Roman was pretty excellent. I thought you wrote that really well. I've never seen you write a promo very well. So you show me that you are capable. So now I'm going to expect it from you from this point forward. However, I disliked two things.
Okay.
I disliked how weak you made Bobby Lashley look by walking away scared about the pairing. Yes, it's 3-on-1. Yes, it's the Usos. I get it. But, like, these are wrestlers here. You got to talk your shit and go down swinging. You don't just run away. Unless you're like Sami Zayn or The Miz, not fucking Bobby Lashley, who would beat the brakes off Roman IRL. Like, let's be real. I'm gonna dock you for that, and I don't like that you're doing Roman World Champion and Bloodline. That's literally what's happening in real life WWE right now. Mm-hmm. Please have original ideas.
We do. Trust me. Just keep watching.
I'm gonna give this a 2.75.
Oof. Okay. Oof. All right, I like the promo. I didn't like the impression, but I won't dock you for that.
I thought the impression was actually pretty decent, to be honest.
You're wrong.
It's better than any of mine.
Can you give me a Teddy Long impression real quick, John?
No, that's a TNA exclusive. Go back and listen to Book of Verse 1 for that. When he had the shooters.
So I did like that. I agree with John about the Bobby Lashley should not have walked off. I'll give you a 3.25.
Okay, so I agree. I liked it overall. But I do think you've been better served if like you just had them like face to face, like even when they step up, Bobby Lashley just still standing there, and then you just cut away. I think they would have been better served doing something like that because now Bobby does look like he got punked out. So I'm gonna give you a 3.89.
Okay,
Mike? It's what popped in my head.
I agree with the sentiments that have been said here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with just a 3.
Actually, Kenny, Up me to a 3. Now that I heard the other numbers, mine sounds harsh for the same points. So
I love how John was like, "We're the highest
No, but-
graders now," and then immediately gave
yeah,
up.
ruined it.
This is what I said. I told you guys that John wants to be a hard ass and think like he has his own ideas, but then once you guys grade, he's like, "Oh wait, I'm being too mean. Let me up my grade."
Hey, but
He lets peer pressure him and give him better scores.
no, listen. I was the first one to go, and I do this sometimes where I jump the gun on my rating. And when I go first, me going first is dangerous, but I was taking that fall for demote. So up into a 3.
What is the best going first person?
Up into a 3.
Okay.
I'm the best. What?
I going first.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah,
So
that's
now
why we make him.
we're on to the first match. Bruce Buffer comes out and he says, "Are you ready for the first match of Dynamite Pro Wrestling?" Crowd starts cheering. I said, "Are you excited for the first match of DPW?" Well, Raleigh, North Carolina, it's time. This tag team match is scheduled for one fall.
One fall.
From Los Angeles, California, and Boyle Heights, California. At a combined weight of 403 pounds, the team of John Morrison and Ricochet, the Flyboys. And they come out. Morrison comes out in a black sleeveless hoodie, gold chain, black tights, with white wings, designs on the legs that say Flyboys on them, and black and white kick pads. He comes out smiling with his arms out. Then he drops down crouching, puts his Ray-Bans on. As he's crouching, Ricochet runs and front flips over him and does the superhero landing. And kneels there, dressed the exact same way. They sprint down the ramp and slide in the ring. They both high-five and chest bumping as the music fades. From San Francisco, California, at a combined weight of 493 pounds, the Usos. So we see the Usos come out real determined in black shorts and black sleeveless shirts that say Bloodline on them in white. Then the rules pop up on the screen. It says regular matches rules are as stated. Victory is by one fall, and it has to be attained by pin, submission, knockout, countout, or disqualification. Matches are on a 10-minute time limit, unless it is a championship or gimmick match, and time is unlimited, and there's a 20-second countout. So the bell rings. The crowd is electrified as the first match kicks off. The crowd is chanting, "Let's go, Fly Boys! Let's go, Oos! Let's go, Fly Boys! Let's go, Oos!" We can see Ricochet and Jimmy Uso exchanging words. Then we see them start with a collar and elbow tie-up.
One second, Kenny.
What's up?
This is North Carolina. They're not chanting for that many people of color.
Oof.
So they're saying, "Let's go, Morrison." There's a lot of color in that ring. So Ricochet pushes him back towards the ropes. Ref starts counting. Ricochet lets go. Jimmy kicks him in the gut for a cheap shot. Jimmy Irish whips Ricochet and goes for a clothesline. Ricochet ducks and slides out of the ring. Jimmy slides out to follow him. Then Jimmy Irish whips him to the ring, but Ricochet turns into a tiger feint head scissors. So basically, like, it looks like a 619, like when he's going into the ring, but then like turns into a head scissors that flips him over. Ricochet at one point Irish whips him. He drops down to the ground. Jimmy leaps over him to rebound from the ropes again. Ricochet stays on the ground and rolls to trip him as he comes back. At one point, Ricochet does a Luthez press with punches until Jey Uso turns it into a triangle choke. Ricochet is trying to fight it off, and uses strength. He ends up using strength to lift him into a powerbomb, then lifts him. I can't speak. Lifts him to a powerbomb and then slams him down. At one point, Jimmy Uso does a running hurricanrana to Morrison, and when Morrison jumps to the ring. At one point, we have Ricochet does a cutter, and John Morrison follows him with a breakdancing leg drop. Joey Styles yells, "Ooh, what a maneuver!" They call that the cutter rug. It's a little play on words for cutter rug. Ricochet goes for the pin, but Jimmy kicks out at one. At one point, Usos go for the double hip toss, but Ricochet uses his legs to bounce off the ropes and do a double arm drag. And he does a running springboard moonsault that takes them both out. Then we see at one point Ricochet drop kicks Jimmy Uso when Jimmy falls through the middle rope. Morrison runs in the ring, gets on all fours. Ricochet sprints and jumps off of Morrison's back, then does a springboard corkscrew crossbody on the Jimmy. At one point, Jimmy and Jay do a super kicks to the Flyboys that send them both out of the ring. Jimmy Uso so it starts like cheering. And then at one point, Ricochet and Morrison are out of the ring, and Usos hit their suicide dives. Sorry, I can't read. Morrison and Ricochet run opposite of each other. At one point, Morrison jumps onto the apron and jumps into the second rope while his legs spread out, and Ricochet comes back around as a suicide dive in between his legs to hit Jey Uso. At one point, Usos hit a double brainbuster to John Morrison. Then when the Ricochet comes in, Jey Uso elbows him. Ricochet falls into a seated position into the corner. Jey then drops on the all fours. Then Jimmy runs and leapfrogs off his back and does a rolling senton to his face in the corner. At one point, Jey Uso goes for an Alabama slam on Morrison, but Morrison quickly turns into a power driver in midair. Crowd goes crazy as he goes for the pin. 1, 2, then he kicks out from Jey Uso. Ricochet with his last bit of energy does a Spanish fly to Jimmy Uso. Ricochet rolls out of the ring. Morrison goes for a Starship Pain, but Jey Uso's holding the ropes. Jey Uso holding the ropes, jumps up and does an enziguri to his head. This puts him in trio woe position. Jey starts climbing, then does a diving elbow drop to his chest that takes him off the turnbuckle. At one point, Uso's doing aided Samoan drop. Ricochet does a standing shooting star press to Jey Uso's legs. He goes for the pin, but he kicks out at 2. At one point, Jimmy Uso does a lariat that Ricochet that ends up this is so loud you can hear it around the arena because he smacks the shit out of him with this lariat. Near the end, Ricochet goes for a handspring off the ropes, but Jimmy Uso spears him out of the ring while he's in the handstand position. Usos do a double super kick to John Morrison when he's doing a diving double axe handle. Jimmy goes for the pin. 1, 2. John kicks out at 2, and at the very end, Morrison goes for the chuck kick, but Jimmy moves out of the way, and it hits Ricochet. Ricochet rolls out of the ring, knocked out at this point. Morrison turns around to a suplex from Jimmy into a power bomb from Jey behind him. Jey and Jimmy lay on top of him for the 1, 2, 3. The crowd boos as the Uso smile on top of him.
And how long was this?
This was 6 minutes.
Okay, so I was gonna start off. That's a fucking lot to happen in 6 minutes. These motherfuckers would have had to have been in a full sprint the entire match.
Oh yeah, it's very spot heavy. It's literally going back.
Kenny giving his wrestlers crack backstage.
Right?
Yeah,
because you had like a 20-minute match condensed into 6.
Selling is non-existent.
That's what right. There's no selling.
There's definitely no selling because they're like hitting move after move after
move.
move after move after move, which you know how I love selling. So selling is important.
I mean, it is going to be a lot of cool moves back to back, so I'd appreciate the pace of the match. I feel like if you had said like 10, we might be able to like suspend some disbelief.
If you
but
like
6
is
is just...
like 9, I could see it, but 6 is.
And that includes entrances.
Right. Yeah, so realistically, it's like a 4-minute match.
Even if you say 5 minutes for the
5, even it's even pushing it. I also think the wrong team won. I think you would have been better served, like, because we know who the Usos are. I think you're trying to establish the Flyboys as a legitimate tag team. Having them beat the Usos would have been a better move. So I'm gonna give this a 3.75.
Oh wow.
Oh, Travis wants to come in with some heat.
No, that's fine with me.
Damone's like Keith on a good day right now.
Yeah,
it's early.
So here's my thing. I can't just ignore the fact that you just gave me 400 moves in a 6-minute match that includes entrances and gave Bruce Buffer his own monologue. Also, this is not something I'm docking you for, but just a note I have. I think the Flyboys should do the Sin Cara jump over the ropes entrance and not slide into the ring because they're the Flyboys. They fly.
All right.
I want you to know that. I wrote that down in my notes.
We're critiquing instances.
Have them do the 619.
Like the old Rey Mysterio.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I was like, he kind of low-key did the 619 at one point.
No, like the old Rey Mysterio, like jumping in the sky, like thing we used to do.
So, I think
you don't have time.
Fine. I think I don't like the pacing of it at all. I think you did too much in a very, very small window. I don't have a problem with the Usos winning. I just can't imagine this match having any selling it like at all. Like, I feel like they're just out here doing move after move and popping up and doing like there's no break at all. Like the only selling is when they make the pinfall, and that's it. I'll give you a 2.75.
Okay. And then it's on Mike and John.
I'm gonna let Mike take this one if he's ready.
I'm not gonna dock you for time because I didn't know that's something that we were going
Do you
by.
guys read?
I'm
Yeah,
going
no,
to fight everybody on this podcast.
Last minute myself. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, that's not something
I'll be honest. I'm not timing out my matches. That's not something we've been doing.
You are for the weekly show. That's the rule.
For the weekly show, you have to.
This isn't optional, Mike. You don't
Right.
have to make up
I don't recall.
And of
We
all
said it
people,
50 times.
like we did, and of
When?
all people,
In the
Mike,
chat,
you're-
read it.
When?
and
When?
of all times, of all people, Mike, you're the one who made me and Travis for like 6 months.
That was the
time
beginning.
every
That was
fucking
3
pay-per-view.
years ago. At the beginning of the show, we had no idea what the fuck we were doing.
Still,
And
it's
y'all-
a weekly show. It makes sense. Like you can't have a 5-hour weekly show. Your weekly show's gonna have some sort of time structure. Like it's not like it's a pay-per-view where you have
I'm
more
just gonna
lax
imagine
rules.
what's gonna happen is within the time frame. That being said,
Well, you're getting docked.
I'm not
for it.
docking you for it. So I'm gonna give you. That being said, I mean I didn't really care for the match too much.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go with a 3.75.
And I agree with Damone's point about not liking the Usos going with Flyboys that you're trying to establish, but I'm also a certified Usos hater.
Facts.
But
yeah, you are.
well, I don't like hate them, but I'm tired of them.
Yes, you do.
And I'm tired of them winning, especially when you're trying to establish new teams. So, also,
He's about to give us New Day versus Usos next week.
oh my God, I have the New Day, so he can't. And then yeah, I agree with all of Travis's comments about the timing. I really just think that you have a lot. I know, Kenny, I know how you write matches. You don't do squashes. You don't do like decisive one person or team victories. You like to have fleshed out matches. And I don't think in a 1 hour show you gave yourself time to be yourself. So I think you shot yourself in the foot there. I'm gonna give this a 3 because you did a lot with your time, but it did come at a price.
All right, I'm going to the next part now.
What did you give it?
A 3.
He gave it a 3.
Okay.
Travis, are you the one keeping score?
No.
Yeah, I've been keeping score.
Okay.
Okay, so we cut back to Joey Styles saying, we just watched a great fast-paced match between the Flyboys and the Bloodline. Let's not forget we have one of the biggest contract signings ever later on tonight. We have the Beast incarnate himself. Yes, Brock Lesnar signing with DPW later on. The hottest free agent out is signing with DPW on Monday Night Madness. John, any thoughts? We are potentially seeing our new world champion here. He has been big in other
I have thoughts.
Wait. Let me finish. And we are glad to see this legendary moment, the second greatest wrestler behind yours truly, of course. Later on tonight, we will see the next big thing in Dynamite Pro Wrestling. Thanks, John. Now it's time for our next match in our debut show.
I'm not gonna rate that because it's just
Yeah, it's a banter.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
But
a
I
bad
will.
thing.
I will make a comment.
Yeah,
Brock Lesnar's not signed to DPW.
I know that.
Okay.
Not signed
it could be
anywhere. Let
it could
play
be
out.
it's a non-exclusive contract.
Okay. I was just putting that out there for the crowd.
Yeah, just
For
let
the
you
audience.
know.
Hey, he's ass everywhere he goes, so
So we probably know that Brock Lesnar is going to show up on Travis's show because he's making a
He's
point
mentioned. He's not actually featured, but he's mentioned.
he's
We're
making
about
a
to
point.
get Brock versus Roman.
oh my God, Kenny, if you even consider that, if I even smell that crosses your mind, I'm gonna give you a 0.5 so fucking fast. And I don't care if you have him doing 450 splashes. Like,
Nah, you're gonna give me a 0.75 at that point.
Indies
so-
Lesnar.
So that was a minute since we're doing that. Next we hear, ooh, Chavo. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So Chavo comes out in purple tights with silver and blue trim. He has a blue bandana and a black poncho that says Warrior in orange lettering. Then we see X-Pac come out in white tights, white dress shirt that's open, exposing his chest, and a white bandana. His manager Victoria is coming out in a black tank top and black jeans. When he comes out, doves fly out and heavenly music play as he comes out smiling and waving. The crowd is booing him as he comes out. We see a lady in the front row holding a baby. Nice Pac goes all and kisses the baby.
Did you just call him Nice Pac?
Yep.
Nice cock.
Nice Pac. Victoria's yelling, "Why are you booing?" She gets pissed as X-Pac's talking her down. He grabs the mic and says, "I am on the path of righteousness. I have seen the error in my ways and no longer am the person you saw before that would degrade women, wear blackface, and fall back on degenerate pranks. I'm doing it for anyone in the crowd who's ever been picked on, anyone in the crowd who's ever been told that they weren't somebody. This is for you. I plan on leading the brand to the right direction, a clean path."
Just for a second, this is giving me Matt Cardona vibes, and I like it.
So the match starts off with Chavo shaking Nice Pac's hand, then pulling him into an arm drag. He's hitting several arm drags and snapmares, and does a sleeper to Nice Pac while he's sitting. Nice Pac runs and does a running springboard wheelbarrow bulldog to Chavo. Chavo Irish whips Nice Pac. When he bounces off the ropes, he drops down to the ground. Pac jumps over him. Then when he comes back up, he leapfrog over him. Then Nice Pac does the head scissors. Chavo gets hyped up at one point and bounces off the ropes, but is met with a drop kick. At one point, Chavo slingshots himself out of the ring to Nice Pac on the outside. At one point, Nice Pac does a pop-up sit-out powerbomb. Pac does the kick combo in the corner. He's going for the Bronco Buster, but then stops in his tracks and apologizes to the crowd as they boo him when he turns around. Chavo does a running double axe handle, drop him. He goes for the pin. 1, 2, and Pac kicks out. Chavo hits a Three Amigos. At one point, Chavo climbs the ropes and looks up in the sky to his dad in the heavens and goes for a frog splash, but X-Pac gets his knees up. Pac does a running leg drop. At one point, Pac does a spinning crescent kick. The crowd is booing him. Victoria slides him a chair to use while the ref isn't looking. Pac yells out, "No! I will win this the right way." When he turns around, he gets hit with a chop, then a snap suplex. Pac does a Michinoku driver, but Chavo kicks out at 1. At one point, Chavo does a running springboard crossbody, and Chavo gets hyped and goes for a brain buster, but Pac wiggles out of it. And Pac runs and does a running spinning heel kick that he now calls the clean sweep. He goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. X-Pac is the winner. He gets up and is given the microphone by Victoria. He says, "Thank you, Raleigh, North Carolina. Without your positive energy, I wouldn't have made it through the match. Remember, kids, stay in school, eat your vegetables. If you believe, you can achieve." Nice Pac looks at Chavo. He says, "You may have forgotten that you were once Curran White, that you once betrayed your family for personal gain, that you turned on family and had to ride around on a fake horse. That was wrong. But now, thanks to X-Pac, your slate is wiped clean." He smiles as the crowd boos. They're exiting the ring. X-Pac sits on the middle rope for Victoria to go through it, but Victoria looks off in disgust as she goes to the other set of ropes and gets off, and we cut the commercial.
All right, I got no problem going first. I waited for this motherfucking moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll tell you this, Kenny. I was not mildly annoyed. I was flat out disgusted.
Yeah. I was hoping for this.
You give that motherfucker 50 cents. That is a 0.5. Fuck him and fuck you too.
That whole thing was literally a straight shot at your fucking Ricky Steamboat shit. Because that's how it felt for me.
Okay. You guys ready for the most
Hold on. I got a rebuttal here. Ricky Steamboat was an actual babyface that was doing actual babyface things. Yep. X-Pac is a fucking heel.
Yeah, no.
Like,
this is a heel that thinks he's a face. That's what this is.
I hated that so much.
I'm supporting this. I'm actually running with this.
I'm giving you a 5. Just put it down.
Thank you.
Mike rides for the degenerate shit. I do too. So see, Kenny, this is where you get these high ratings for me.
Hold on, how long was this match?
5 minutes.
You're lucky I can't give you less than a 0.5.
So let me state something: is that when it comes to your booking, Kenny, when you do try to do like typical things, I get bored pretty fast. But then you do shit like this, and that's what makes me fall in love. Because
Stick out of your mouth.
because there's multiple reasons why I love this. Because this has a sense of like what Cody Rhodes
meant
is
you.
doing. This has shades of what Matt Cardona's doing. Like this is kind of like he's playing up the white meat babyface. He probably in this age of social media read what everybody said about that fuck finish last go around with him and Victoria, and then they're using it and weaponizing it towards the audience to make fucking brilliant heat. Bully Ray moment intensifies the heat. Fuck it. The time constraints are gonna hurt you a little bit, but I'm only gonna take off 50 cents for that. I'm gonna give you a 4.5.
Okay.
I love Nice Pac. It's a meme.
I hate it.
It's meta. It's everything I like.
It's literally a shot at. It's just like you said.
It's making fun of Travis. I like that too. So
It's making fun of in this. I was making fun of myself and Travis's character. So like it has shades of that Ricky Steamboat shit that he was doing that disgusted the fuck out of me. But I try to flip it, make it funny. But at the same time, I also was saying like, okay, they didn't fuck with the whole like Victoria X-Pac thing. So now they're a team now, and she fucking can't stand it either. And he's like on his high horse about it.
So
it's pretty self-aware. I like it.
So I like it too. Like at first I thought I was gonna hate it, but hey, I like the pettiness of it. Also, I like the idea of I like the idea of a heel who's so delusional that he's like the Cody Rhodes thing. He's so delusional that I know it is. I actually thought of that, and I actually like Bo Dallas. So, but I like the idea that he's such he thinks he's the ultimate baby face, but in actuality, he's a super heel.
Yeah,
he's a dickhead. Also liked him bringing up the Kerwin White stuff too. So, I'm gonna dock you for the time constraints. Because I do think you limited yourself again. In actuality, with all the other stuff, it's probably like an actual 3-minute match. So I'm not gonna dock you as hard as they did. So I'm gonna still give you a 4.9.
Okay. So Travis, you might as well give me a 0.6 for the Dubs, man. I had Dubs come out in his entrance, man.
I forgot about the Dubs.
He came out the Dubs. They had Dubs come out.
Travis is in hell.
He's hating it right now. I love it. I'll take that 0.5. Okay, so because the commercial, we see a text from Jade Cargo saying, "Can't wait to see you tonight." And we see Robert Roode shaving and nicks himself. Rick Rude shows up in the towel, and steam is following him from the bathroom. "You seem nervous. What's going on?" He says, "Well, I got a hot date tonight, and I want to show her a good time." He says, "I'm not really worried about the actual date. I'm thinking about the nightcap I have planned for her. I want to heat things up, but how?" He's like, "Is that all? Go to organicloving.com and get some eco-friendly products."
I love it. I love it.
They have the most Bucket verse 1.
They have body-safe adult toys, sex-positive books, and erotic
seminars.
seminars. Well, that sounds all right, but I don't have a lot of money. And we hear Miss Elizabeth say, "Use my code, T13. It'll get you 10% off your next order. You'll be showing her what you got in no time." And he's like, "Thanks, guys. I'm going to get it now. What's the site again?" And she's like, "Organic Lovin', LOVEN.com. Love organically, purely, deeply, boldly." And they all point the camera like real corny.
Go ahead and mark me down for another 0.5.
Mark me down for a 5.
Where's balancing this shit out? Let's go to average like a 3.
Y'all are gonna let him fucking meme his way to the fucking.
Oh no, that's getting a fucking 0.5 for me too. I hate it.
I'm gonna
I love it.
I make an average of 3. Give it a 5.
Yeah, I love you roping in like our actual ad sponsor, organiclovin.com, into your show. I love it. I'm
of
here
course
for
you do.
it.
You fucking did it first. You just
I know.
copied you.
I'm the original.
Listen. I don't
First
think
time.
when you do meta shit, I like memes, I like comedy, and Kenny is sticking to his strengths right now. When he was doing that Roman Bobby shit, that isn't your strength. This is your strength. Use it. Fuck Travis, you can meme your way to the top.
Fuck John.
All right. So,
John, are you presenting tonight too?
No, I could, depending on how long Kenny takes, but I'm not planning on it.
Okay.
okay. So now we
Good
get
if
to
you
the next
want.
thing. He said that was the word from our sponsors. I just got word Brock Lesnar is here. He is here. We cut to Brock Lesnar getting out of a car in the parking garage to the crowd cheering. He walks into the building. Then we hear Ted DiBiase Jr.'s music hit. It's For the Love of Money, played by the OJs. Money, 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 money. JBL says that's him. That's the money right there. He bought this company with his hard-earned money, and he plans on making a war-ending pickup right here with the signing of Brock Lesnar. Joey Styles says, "You're right, John. This will make a statement that DPW is here and DPW is here to stay." Ted DiBiase Jr. calls for Mike. He says, "With this signing, we have here the biggest signing ever. This signing shall end the war we have with the other companies, the acquisition of Brock Lesnar. This is going to be big. As a matter of fact, it's bigger than big. It's colossal. To make it official, I need my general manager, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, to come here." We hear, "No chance. That's what you got." So he comes out. He's doing his little walk. He has the microphone in hand. "How's everybody doing tonight? Are you ready to see the greatest signing of all time?"
Why
Let's go
did
give a hand
Vince
for
sound-
Brock Lesnar. The crowd cheers.
Give
Well,
Vince
wait
a
no
heart
longer.
hostage.
Because here he is. Brock's music hits. Down, 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 down. Dun, dun,
Wait. You got all the music, and you didn't improve this shit. You still got him coming out to that.
Yep. He's coming out that.
Oh my god.
Is he doing the hop outside the side?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. He's like, dun, 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 dun,
Did you do the shoulder thing?
This shit. No, he doesn't do that. I hate that shit. So he walks down the ramp. We see Ace
It'd be better
Austin.
if he did.
Right.
Last time he was a good wrestler, he did that.
So he walks down the ramp, and we see Ace Austin and Teddy Hart run down with chairs in their hand and crack him in the back. The crowd is in awe as this happened. Brock is crawling in pain. They continue to just hit him in the back with vicious chair shots. As he winces in pain, he tries to pull himself up like from the barricade. He's on one knee with one hand on the barricade. Teddy Hart takes the chair and smacks it against his hand that's on the barricade. Brock is screaming in pain as he's holding his hand. Vince and Ted DiBiase Jr. are in the ring looking in shock as all this is going down. Teddy opens up the chair onto Brock's leg and yells, "Do it!" Ace Austin jumps onto the barricade and jumps off with a diving foot stamp to the chair. Brock is yelling out in aggravating pain. Teddy yells out, "We are the future. You hear me?" And Teddy walks up the ramp and pulls a metal bar out and tosses it to Ace Austin and drags a table out. He opens it up and stands on the apron. Ace Austin hits his legs with the metal bar and then is choking him with the metal bar from behind. Brock is in so much pain as Ace lets go of him. Then Ace drags Brock up to the ring. He picks him up and headbutts him. They turn around and look at Ted DiBiase and Vince in the ring. They start walking slowly towards Ted DiBiase Jr. Ted looks at him and points at him. And then we hear Batista's music plays. Batista sprints down the ramp. We see Batista and Ted DiBiase on one side, staring down the Ace of Hearts on the other. Then we see Ted DiBiase Jr. drop his fist and says, "Good job, boys," and pulls money out of his pocket and pays Ace of Hearts as the crowd boos. They all stand there in unison and look at the camera showing off the new faction. We see Brock crawling. Batista gets on the apron with Brock and powerbombs through that table on the outside. They're met with boos as Batista gets back in the ring. Ted DiBiase Jr. grabs the mic and says, "First order of business is to get that big bitch out of my arena." EMTs and security are helping Brock out at this point. "I said, get that piece of trash out of my arena, and I mean goddamn now." The crowd is booing as they put him on a stretcher. What you are looking at is the future of the business. I had to send a message to everyone. It sucks that Brock had to be the martyr, but look at it this way. His sacrifice will forever be grateful to Dynamite Pro Wrestling. Do me a favor and look at him. He grabs Vince. "Look at him. Don't you forget who did that. I don't care about a Suplex City, a DDT District, Powerbomb Penthouse, or Neckbreaker Nation. This is my organization, and I hope you know that the bank is on the front runner of this organization. We do what we want, when we want, and I have the ends to fund it. And the question you should be asking yourself, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, is this. The question isn't who is going to let me. The question is who is going to stop me." And that's it for that segment.
How many minutes?
I fucking hate this shit. 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
By the time we get done, his whole show's gonna be 20 minutes long.
He's talking.
Okay, so you're time constrained again. You need to learn.
He didn't time it, and he didn't
Yeah.
cut anything when he realized that it was over time.
You
Right.
clearly
Or
said you could do this
you could-
earlier.
You could have just given yourself an hour and a half.
This is how y'all gonna
Overtime.
win because y'all do this time constraint shit. That shit is. I said this shit was stupid from the beginning, but keep going. That's why I just put that shit in there. But just let y'all know that. Yeah.
He's gonna
Yeah.
be bringing this up for the next year.
Oh, I
Yeah,
am.
right.
I remember like that's the only reason y'all even contended with me because y'all had to do this fucking time restriction. I'm gonna say that shit every time.
Brock didn't
It's just
run
not
from,
that good.
Brock didn't run from the car, walk from the car. He ran from the car to get out there.
Yeah, I put all this shit in last minute.
He came out bright ass red, probably. Shit.
He said, "I hate this shit."
Overall,
I think I said this shit was dumb from the get go. So I'm with Mike.
well,
Fuck
you're
both of
wrong.
you up
No.
there.
Yeah, and nobody even voted on this. Y'all just decided one day we're gonna do this.
3 out of the 5 of us agree. That's majority rules.
I don't even remember voting on this, so
I didn't even vote on it. I didn't even know we were doing it till today. So I started writing this shit in last
It
minute.
is being mentioned. Y'all have.
Y'all don't pay attention. Anyway,
they do it when we're all doing something else or asleep.
Yeah, because we know
Can
those
you-
things. So we have cameras on you guys.
yeah.
I mean, it's clear when I'm not paying attention because you know,
which is always.
Right.
usually during the day I have a
And
job.
or at night. During the day.
Sometimes
at
in the
night,
afternoon as well.
So you say it at any time, Mike's not paying attention. Anyway, I am gonna give it a 4. Like I like the introduction of I like the introduction of the new group. Like I said, time constraints does get you here. I'm assuming you're gonna have to do something with Brock, like coming back and getting his revenge. But
no, he's done.
obviously,
He's done. We the way we whooped his ass, he's done. Like, they fucked his body up. He's never going to be on the show again.
CBW did worse and he came back.
right.
Oh, no,
Right.
They ain't do what he did to him. They beat every part of his body was beaten with a chair in this.
It was
segment.
SmackDown versus Raw. It was all dark red.
Yeah. He's done. His body is done. It'll be black. It'll be a whole new level. They whooped his ass. They whooped.
Okay,
Like, that was bad.
I say
Brock
corrected.
Lesnar has been murdered.
He's pretty much done on this show.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a 4. Overall, I like it. I wouldn't say it's a 5, but yeah, it's a 4.
It's fine. Like I said, we just introduced some characters.
I think it's a pretty average, and it's nothing too heinous and nothing too extraordinary. I still think you're going a little too crazy with these times, bud.
That's fine. I don't give a fuck about this. I don't even care about that.
I'll give you a 3.5.
I did like the swerve of like us just expecting a normal like
signing.
like normal signing. Like you figure there's gonna be something happening with the signing, but I like the pre-signing and it all being a trap just to send a message. Even though you keep talking about a war, but TCW is not involved in any such war.
We're gonna make y'all come out. We're gonna make y'all come outside.
I agree with Travis. I think it was pretty mid. Nothing bad, nothing good. I mean,
So wait. We destroyed Brock Lesnar for you. We did this for
See what
you.
happened? Hey, Kenny, fuck him.
We did it for you. Yeah.
You're over here
that's how it
pandering
is,
and you
dog.
blew up in your
That's how
fucking face.
I murdered Brock Lesnar for you, and that's how it is.
yeah, but I'm just not that interested in Ace Austin and Teddy Hart either.
I took him off TV for you.
I think you.
TV.
I figured you'd
No,
like
no.
Ace Austin.
He's okay. I will say, you know
I
what?
love Ace Austin.
Don't let him bully you into a higher score. Give him
No.
the-
I was just joking with him. I literally just wanted to whoop Brock Lesnar's ass on here. I didn't even fuck about Brock Lesnar.
I will say I'm just gonna go with Travis's score 3.5. It makes sense to me. It's like not bad by any means. You did what you needed to do, but I felt like it was missing a little zing, a little seasoning. But it was still solid.
You gotta see.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. What about you, Mike? Excuse me.
I'm gonna go. I don't know. I'm still gonna go with an even 3. Like I feel like so far I'm just kind of. I could change the channel at any time.
You can go get a pizza at any time.
It's not funny when he's happening to you, huh, Giddy?
No, it's fine with me. It's fine with me. A 3 is a good score to me. All right.
Because he's heard what me and Travis could do.
I will give you credit, Kenny. You are the first one to do the weekly show, so you probably are gonna. This is gonna be the hardest thing.
I'm not giving him credit for shit. Fuck him. He made the choice.
No, I'm not like giving him.
I'm going in. I'm going to fuck in on time constraints too. I'm going to fuck in. Y'all better not
Good.
Yeah, I'm doing that shit.
Good.
Hey, I'm
You
ready.
should.
Yeah, because I'm getting fucking 0.5
I'm not-
for nothing.
Keep in mind, I'm not going hard on you for time constraints.
I'm going hard on both of you for time constraints.
I'm going
And
hard
the
on
other two as
everyone
well.
for time
Yeah.
constraints.
All I know is people are saying they're having hard-ons.
Organiclovin.com.
That's a given.
What's up? What's up, Kenny? What's next?
Okay, so next we have Ty Conti versus Jade Cargo. Jade comes out in black trunks with white stripes on the side and the skin tight long sleeve crop top with white stripes on the side as well. We hear JBL says the Jade Empire has taken over. Jade Cargo has arrived to DPW, and then Ty Conti comes out in dark green top with dark green trunks with fishnet and black boots.
You know I love me some Ty Conti.
Yeah, she about to hell.
You know who you used to partner with?
Mm-mm.
The fucking Arturo Huas?
I don't know who the fuck that is. You all that build up. No, who that is.
I know who that
No.
is. It's another evolved person.
Okay, yeah, I don't know who the hell that is.
He's the GOAT. He's actually an NXT guy, but yeah.
What was his thing? Technique is everything or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, man,
I can't remember.
who the fuck that is. So they're starting to collar and elbow tie up, but Jade overpowers Conti and throws her. Conti rolls backwards and lands on one knee, and as she looks shocked at Jade's power, Jade is staring her down. Conti hits her with several leg kicks to wear her down, then does a feint leg kick that Jade tries to catch, and then she ends up kicking her in the gut, then does a judo flip. Conti starts getting hyped as Jade swings at her, but Conti ducks underneath and hits a half Nelson suplex. At one point, Jade does a dragon screw, and when they hit the ground, she wraps her arms around the leg still, and Gator rolls the leg and is contorting her legs while Conti is screaming in aggravating pain. Conti slingshots up out of the ring, but is met with a drop kick by Jade. Jade does a release German suplex, then kips up, yelling, "Is this my competition?" And then Conti is yelling. She's using the ropes at one point to pull herself up. Jade grabs her, does a Bill throw that sends her to the other side of the ring, displaying Jade's strength. I don't know if it's Bill or Bale. I don't know. B-I-E-L. Jade Bill. Okay, I said it right then. Bill throw. Jade hits the snapmare. Then while Conti is sitting on the ground, Jade puts her in a sleeper. While she's in the sleeper, she lifts her in the air, and Conti is kicking while being lifted in the air. Jade lets go with the other arm and flexes with it, and showing off her strength and lets go. Jade is lifting Conti up, but Conti responds with stomach shots, then runs and bounces off the ropes and does a running crossbody. And then at one point, Conti climbs the top rope and does a diving tornado DDT. When Conti is getting hyped, signaling for a finisher, but runs into a big boot, Jade lifts her up and hits the finisher Jaded. She sits on it after the move as the ref counts. She's flexing one arm and holding her leg with the other. 1, 2, 3. She throws her leg off as the crowd boos. Jade walks backstage and sees Toni Storm walking with the title and shoulder checks her as she walks back. And that's the end of the match.
How long was that match?
4 minutes.
Give me the end of that match again.
So she basically, Conti was she hits the diving tornado DDT, and when she's getting hyped, she runs at her, but then she with a big boot, and Jade hits her finishing move Jaded, and then does her little pin 1, 2, 3, and then she throws her legs off as the crowd boos, walks backstage, and then sees Toni Storm with her title and shoulder checks her real quick, and as she walks back.
You got a lot done in this segment, but
I'm gonna give you a 3. It's a pretty standard squash match, nothing spectacular, nothing terrible. So
Yeah.
it's a 3.
John,
Not quite piss break.
I agree with Damone. Like, there's only so much you could do with short matches, and this is kind of what I was saying. I know that you're gonna get so tired of hearing about the time, and you're gonna grill us for this later.
Yeah,
But
crazy, wasn't it?
but
I'm like boring. 10. Bring it down. 1 star.
but you're a match writer, Kenny. Like that's
Yeah,
who
I
you
know.
are as a booker. You write great matches, and you're not giving yourself the opportunity to do that because you committed to the 1 hour show bit when you had a universe where you could make it an 8 hour show if you fucking wanted to, and you chose to do a 1. I just don't get it.
You
Don't
stubborn.
get it.
So I'm
It's
gonna
a
give
bad
you a
call.
3. This is mid.
Okay.
I'm with him. It's a 3.
Three.
This is middle of the road as it gets.
Yeah. And what do you give it, Mike?
It's a 3.
3. Okay.
Damn, that's the most we've ever agreed on anything.
No, that's fine. This match wasn't supposed to be crazy. Like I said, it's supposed to be. This is a weekly show. Wasn't supposed to be too crazy on that match. So next part we see Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Candice LeRae are standing in the middle of the ring with microphones. Owens says, "Hey, rude wannabes, you guys are becoming thorns in my side. Out here scared to defend your titles like a couple bitches. It's about time you defend against the real tag team. No more tanning sessions, no more massage parlors, or what have you. Come out here and let us whoop
Wait,
your ass." And
One
send
second.
back
Did
to
you
my-
say Randy Orton
Yes?
and no more tanning sessions?
What is the name of this tag team?
RK Owens.
It's Randy Orton. Randy.
I knew
Orange,
what it
right?
was. I knew it was gonna be fucking Randy Orton and Owen, or it's gonna be called RK Owens, but I was hoping he was.
I already told y'all it was called RK Owens.
I don't remember that. But
Yeah, I literally told y'all that.
I don't remember that either, but it's
Okay.
yeah. Generic name is generic.
Yeah. So he said it's about time you defend against the real tag team. No more tanning sessions, no more massage parlors, or what have you. Come out here, let us whip your ass and send you back to Mustache Mountain in stretchers. Randy says, my resume is already impressive enough. Taking out the most overrated tag team will just prove that the Legend Killer is solidified as the GOAT of wrestling. Not only are we going to beat you, we got Candice LeRae to teach Miss Elizabeth the lesson as well. So then we hear the Rude Ones entrance music. The Rude Ones and Miss Elizabeth come out with a clipboard. And Rick Rude says, hello there, titties. No, I'm not referring to Candice. I'm referring to the one built like the poop emoji sitting in the middle of the ring. And Orton, you are on the tail end of your career. Here's a toast to you. Sorry, I said that wrong. I meant grab a toaster, go to the bathroom, and finish it all. You think we are worried about you and the fat boy? While he's talking, RK Owens chants filling the arena. Robert says, "Hey, can you stop chanting? I'm more worried about having to be in this piece of crap town full of ring-a-ding-ding inbreds. And I know most of you have trouble following along because most of you aren't lucky enough to have more than a 6th grade education." Miss Elizabeth says, "Hey, production team, put captions at the bottom of the screen with a bouncing ball so this North Carolina crowd can understand what I'm saying. We are better than RK Owens. Understand that?" And the crowd is booing. Robert says, "These pot-belly bastards don't understand. I get to do something you can't do, and that's go take a shower, get this filth and grime off my perfectly chiseled body, get on a wonderfully furnished private jet, and fly out of this dirty, godforsaken city while you all are stuck here. Check them off." Miss Elizabeth laughs, and she's checking off her clipboard. And RK Owens, then RK Owens says, no, my fault. I read that wrong. He says, "RK Owens, we are the GOATs in this tag division. You guys have no chemistry, no look, no swagger, and bad facial hair. You're honestly disgusting, and it's pissing me off. At least rock the mustache like your buddy Candice LeRae there." Miss Elizabeth says, "Don't you think you're being a bit rude, Rick? No pun intended. We should maybe lay off this team a little bit, especially Candice. I mean, she just won silver in the Kentucky Derby. We should cut her a little slack." Candice LeRae says, very funny, Lizzie. You've done a lot for this business. You are the Jerry West of this industry. They might as well call you the logo. I mean, you might be the face of this place. Isn't that right?" Miss Elizabeth's clapping and nods. She says, "We know you do put the DP in DPW. Ain't that right, Rude Ones?" And then he said, "Ain't that right, Rude Ones?"
That's about Dr. Pepper, right?
Yeah, she said, "Do you smell me?" She taps her nose twice. "Do you smell me?" And Rick Rude yells, "You shut the hell up. Miss Elizabeth is a saint. You know what you got, bitch. 6-man tag match. Rude Ones and Miss Elizabeth versus RK Owens and Mr. Ed." Miss Elizabeth's jaw drops as she has to finally wrestle. She shoves Rick and she's like, "The hell are you doing?" as she storms off to the back. it is announced that we have a 6-man tag match for the co-main event: RK Owens and Candice LeRae versus the Rude Ones.
Tonight?
You said what?
Tonight?
Yep.
How much more time do you have?
I got a little bit of time left.
He's got 5 minutes.
How long did this last?
This was 3 minutes. That was all 3 minutes.
Motherfucker's talking in 6 speed.
That's the only reason he was reading wrong is because he was trying to replicate the speed they're talking.
I was getting tongue-tied.
He was like fucking Eminem trying to do rap god over here.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give this a 4. I like this. I don't think they can do it in 3 minutes, but I'll give it a 4. We'll pretend like they can.
I'm also gonna give it. I'll give it a 4.25. I liked a lot of the jokes in the bars. I like the nose thing and the Mr. Ed. So yeah, I'll give it a 4.25.
Okay.
She look like a horse.
She's still not.
No,
She's
she
still
don't.
not being called Lizzie Rude. So
They called her Lizzie a few
therefore-
times in there.
Well, but they didn't. They didn't. The RK Owens did.
Right.
Yeah, they called her Lizzie.
She's Lizzie Rude. Get the name
Call her
right.
Glizzy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a 3.75.
I'm gonna give this a 4.5. I had a lot of fun. Like, it's ridiculous. It's a little brain dead, but I had a lot of fun. So
Okay. So this is we're almost getting to the last match. So we see Batista. It's Batista versus Kane. Kyle O'Reilly comes out as a special guest commentator. Comes out in blue trunks with O'Reilly on the trunks in white with a black T-shirt on it that says Undisputed Era in gold lettering. He sits next to Joey Styles and JBL. Kane comes out with black tights with red barbed wire designs. Batista comes out in black with a green bee on the back of the trunks with Ted DiBiase in a red suit.
sorry, is this bald head titties out Kane?
This is girls gone wild, titties out Kane. Like that's the only Kane we acknowledge here. That's the only one. So match starts off with Kane hitting a couple stiff shots to the gut that moves Batista from the ropes to the corner, then hits him with a throat thrust that drops Batista to a seated position. Batista does corner shoulder tackles at one point. Excuse me, not a burp. Kane runs and clothesline Batista out of the ring. Ted DiBiase is looking in just absolute disgust as Batista drops to the ground. Batista has him in the Oklahoma slam position and runs Kane into the steel post. At one point, Batista shoulder blocks Kane and sends him over the barricade into the crowd. Batista gets back into the ring. He stands on the top rope and does a diving crossbody to Kane outside of the barricade as the crowd chants, "Holy shit," because they've never seen Batista go crazy like this. Kyle O'Reilly says, "A lot of obscenities being yelled out in the ring tonight. I love it." So Batista takes closed fist shots at him until Kane hits him with a throat thrust. And while they're getting back into the ring, Batista swings at him, but Kane ducks it and lifts him into a tombstone pile driver. The crowd is going crazy. But what's his name? Batista ends up wiggling out of it. And JBL yells, "That'll surely end his career." But then, like I said, then he ends up wiggling out of it. When they get back into the ring, Batista runs at him, but he's hit with a big boot. And while they're back in the ring, Batista hits a spear. He goes for the pin, 1, 2, but Kane kicks out the last second. And Batista hits a spine buster and then runs through the ropes and starts like doing a little like shake and like stomping and shit as the crowd's booing. He turns around and slaps his shoulder, getting hype. He goes for the power bomb, but when he lifts him, Kane hits him. When he goes to lift him, he ends up getting flipped with a back body drop with all the strength that he has left. Kane runs and does a diving clothesline. He runs up the top rope, does a diving clothesline. And when Kane gets back up, he signals for the choke slam. And when he grabs his neck, we hear a whistle from Ted DiBiase Jr. We see TDJ put his thumb up and then look at Kyle O'Reilly on commentary, then brings it down. Kane looks at TDJ, lets go of the choke, drops to the ground, and Batista goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Batista is the winner. Ted DiBiase adjusts his tie and then walks over to Kyle O'Reilly and says, "You'll fall in line too. Don't forget who runs this shit." O'Reilly looks at him with a smirk.
For a second there, I'm like, who the fuck is TDJ?
Oh, yeah, Ted DiBiase. That's the nickname for him. It's TDJ.
So we're hinting at some Kyle O'Reilly shit. Why is he wearing an Undisputed Era shirt? You got the Undisputed Era?
I got 2 of them. And the other ones weren't drafted. So,
Damn, nobody
Well,
drafted any of them.
I drafted. Yeah, I drafted
He
Kyle
drafted
O'Reilly
Cole-
and
Cole, right?
who was the other one? Yeah, I think
Was it
so.
Cole?
Yeah,
So
yeah. I
nobody
Adam
drafted
Cole.
Fish or
Nobody drafted
Strong.
Bobby
Okay.
Fisher. Yeah,
Okay.
Well, how long was this?
this was 6 minutes.
I think you overestimate how long 6 minutes is.
No, I don't think so because like when you watch like if you watch AEW, those matches are only like 5 minutes long and they be
They
going
don't have
crazy.
this many spots in there. They no.
They do though. I just watched Sammy Guevara go crazy, and
There's
it was only
no
like a
fucking
5 minute
selling in
match.
these matches.
You said what?
And
There's no
there
selling in
also
these matches.
and there's also like there are 2
No.
hours as opposed to an hour. Like if you had just made the show 2 hours,
Yeah, I don't know.
you would have been way better off. But by condensing it into an hour, you really because your fucking cameraman must have also worked at Maury because they're fucking sprint. They're having to sprint from segment to segment.
Somebody rank it. Somebody rank it or whatever the fuck we do. Rate it.
Let's get this rated.
I feel like we've seen this match before, and the match itself is kind of pretty mid. So,
Yeah. Well, it wasn't supposed to be about the bat. It was supposed to be about what Ted DiBiase just did. Like
I'm with you on that.
So-
I'm with you.
yeah, I get that. So, I'm gonna give it a 3.25 because you did like drop some seeds in there. But yeah, 3.25.
John.
I'll take next. I was curious what Mike and Travis had to say, but I can see some potential in this. I see a little bit of potential here. I'm gonna go with a 3.5. Like, the match itself is whatever, and I've already harped enough about time, but I see some cool stuff that could happen from this.
So this is just stressing me out. How y'all talk about my people are tired. Your people are tired.
That's because you ran 6 matches in one night for each person. You had whole tournaments.
You made them
That's
have
why I said
150 moves each in 6 minutes.
That's what I'm saying.
It's-
Mine was supposed to be like an
it's
AEW
different
show
types
where
of
a lot
worker
stuff is happening
abuse.
back to back.
Say that again.
So-
Kenny, you broke up.
So I'm telling you like the main parts of the match is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're saying there's even more than what you're telling us.
Yeah,
Because there's obviously like the
Oh God,
the move,
there's a
the
back
move.
chop in there too, and there's a clothesline every now and then. A suplex.
Well, yeah, those things
Not
take
suplex.
time, though. Is the thing. Those things take time, and
Yeah,
I personally, I don't like I don't love the no selling style of wrestling.
I don't like it at all.
Right. So
I didn't like it when Hook did it.
I didn't mind the one time Hook did it, or I haven't watched this match in a couple weeks, but
His last match was like 30 seconds. Like,
yeah, right. So I don't mind no selling depending on the situation, but it shouldn't be in every. If in this case, it would be in every match thing. So yeah, I'm still gonna keep your score.
I'm gonna give you a 3.5. That seems fair.
okay. And Mike,
I'm gonna
I
go
also want to say I hate Kyle O'Reilly being in this. But go ahead.
3.25.
You are planting seeds for stories, and I like that. I just think that you've, again, like I said, overestimated how long 6 minutes is.
but no, I'm saying, but a lot can happen in there though, because like I've seen.
Can't even tell girls he's been lasting 6 minutes this whole
Give me a
time.
link
I think it's
to a
like
match
30.
that has this many moves in it in 6 minutes, please.
I can pull up a few actually.
I mean,
Also,
don't
you
do it
gotta-
right now on air. Do it after we
Right.
get off air.
Do it after we
Okay,
get off
okay, I
air.
got you. We'll see. I
Also
got you.
keep in mind entrances too take time. Like that's gonna be a minute each at least. Like especially like Kane's
And Batista.
yeah, their entrances are at least a minute or two.
Well, the thing on mine was I try not to have longer entrances anyway. I'm saying just
So
anyway.
are you cutting that
our
6 shit
our
Batista's
ramp isn't-
entrance?
Our ramp isn't even long. That's like the way it's supposed to be. Like our ramp isn't even long. Like that distance from there, because I don't
He
like.
has the Royal Rumble, the 2008 Royal Rumble entrance ramp where.
Yeah, it'll be like that. For it'll be like that. I prefer that.
The
That's what
pyro's hitting the crowd in the damn face.
Hey, they picked them seats. That's
They
all.
might pay extra for it.
You said they pay extra for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody rated. Yeah, everybody rated. Okay, so we see Roman Reigns wrestling, and he's getting beat up on by Cesaro. Roman hits the ground, and Jimmy Uso says, "Are you okay?" Roman looks at the camera and says, "No, I'm not okay. I'm in a match. I didn't get much sleep last night. I don't have any energy left." Jay says, "Come on, Uso. Did you pack a Ray's energy?" Roman says, "A what?" Jimmy says, "A Ray's energy, Uso. How do you gonna acknowledge you if you're tired? This better tastier energy has 0 sugars, 0 calories, and better caffeine than a cup of coffee." We see Roman getting spine buster, and Jay says, "And it keeps you from crashing. Here, take mine." Cesaro pulls Roman's legs, but Roman kicks him off. He throws him a guava mango can, and Roman takes a sip. He goes, "Ooh, ah." He spears him.
God damn it. These commercials are saving your show.
No, they're not.
He spears him. He says, "This is some good stuff. I need more. Where can I get it?" He said, "You can get it from repsports.com, fool, and plug in the code T13 and get 15% off." Roman says, 15%? I can acknowledge that. Then Cesaro
These remind me of the WCW or even the Mankind ravioli commercials.
Yes.
What they remind me of is the Dudley Boys Stacker 2 commercials.
Yeah, I was trying to make these commercials as corny as possible. That's what I was having fun with this stuff. He said 50%. I can acknowledge that. It hits Cesaro with a Superman punch. He gets the pin 1, 2, 3. He takes a sip. Says, "Now that's better tastier energy."
Snap into a raise.
So y'all ranking that?
Down for 2 quarters.
So 2 quarter. Okay.
Well, mark me down for $5.
Thank you.
I like that one too. I'm going $3.50.
I'm going $5 on that.
Okay. Thank you.
I like the commercials.
I'm gonna fucking average a 2.2 when you guys are gonna be averaging 4.4 to make me look like a hater.
I like the creativity. I like the creativity.
Yeah, I tried to do the whole show. This is that's why it's like this. Okay, so now we're getting Rude Ones and Miss Elizabeth versus RK Owens and Candice LeRae. So Randy Orton comes out in black trunks with red trim. Kevin Owens comes out with a black sleeveless shirt that says "Stun Owens Stun" in red and white. And black
not Stunner Owens. God damn it.
Candice LeRae comes out in black and red, black with red designs. He has other moves too. He's just wearing the shirt.
I know, but like Stunner era Owens wrestles like half as good for some reason.
Oh,
But you're just a hater.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, and
the Rude Ones come out in red robes with red trunks with gold trim, and Miss Elizabeth comes out in the red and gold singlet with sequins. Miss Elizabeth is carrying both titles for them as they all walk down the ramp. A kid tries to get Rick Rude's autograph in the front row. Rick takes his gum out and puts it in his notebook and closes it. Robert Roode winks and kisses the camera before they get in the ring. They're all in the center of the ring. Robert Roode drops down on his knees and flexes. Rick stands up and behind him and flexes as Miss Elizabeth points and power goes off center of the ring, HBK style. So match starts off. Kevin Owens has his hands up for the tie-up. Rick Rude rubs his hands on his groin and puts his hand up as well. Owens looks like really, and then backs off and turns around and looks at the crowd in frustration. When he turns around, Rick Rude slaps him with that nasty hand and then knees him in the stomach. Owens drops to a knee. Rick yells, "Get up, fat boy, I got more for you." Then kicks him in the head. And as he drops, he does a running knee drop to his head. So at this point, the Rude Ones are consistently tagging each other and working on Owens and wearing him down. They tag Miss Elizabeth in, and she does a foot choke to Kevin's as the ref counts. She lets go at the last second while Owens is holding his neck. She tags in Robert. The Rude Ones do a double clothesline into a backbreaker to Randy Orton. They both drop down and have a push-up contest while Miss Elizabeth is counting in the background. Rick Rude climbs the top rope and taps his elbow, signaling for the elbow drop. He jumps off, lands on his feet, and then does a standing elbow drop. The crowd boos as he's laying down next to him, and he winks at the camera. Orton is hurt and lying down on his stomach. Miss Elizabeth tries to get in the ring. The ref is temporarily distracted by this. From outside the ring, both of the Rude Ones grab his ankles and pull him towards the turnbuckle to hit his nuts against the turnbuckle. Rick Rude reaches in the side of his trunks to grab brass knuckles. He goes to hit Owens, but Owens dodges it and hits a belly-to-back suplex that levels him. The Rude Ones go for the Rudeplex. That's they both get on each other's shoulders and go for that suplex, but to Kevin Owens. But Kevin Owens wiggles out of it and does a flying drop kick that knocks them both down. Randy Orton does a diving crossbody to Robert Roode. He goes for the pin, but Robert kicks out one. One point, Robert tags in Miss Elizabeth. She gets more kicks in, but Randy blocks the last one. And while holding her leg, he walks over to the side and tags in Candace. The crowd's going crazy when she comes in. Candace LeRae takes Miss Elizabeth to the corner and gives her multiple chops to the chest. After she falls to the floor, Candace does a deadlift powerbomb to her. She goes for the pin, but Miss Elizabeth grabs the ropes. Candace starts smiling as she picks her up by the hair, so she has more in store for her. She drags her to the middle of the ring and carries her, then lifts her back, picks her up, and then does a lariat that drops her. Candace picks her up again, but then Miss Elizabeth slaps her. Candace, holding the jaw, is pissed. She elbows her in the back. Miss Elizabeth is crawling towards the ruins. When Candace picks her up, Miss Elizabeth hits her with a jawbreaker, and it stuns Candace. Then she Irish ropes her to their corner, then chokes her with her foot. The ref is counting down. Miss Elizabeth lets go. The ref starts yelling at her for being too close to the disqualification count. Candace drops into a seated position, and while he's going off, Rick Rude puts her in the chokehold while the ref isn't looking, and lets go when the ref turns back around. RKO is storming the ring and starts swinging on the ruins, and chaos ensues. After tagging their male teammates back in at the same time, a fired up Kevin Owens goes crazy, beating up the Ruins back to back, but it's stopped when Rick turns around into a drop kick by Rick Rude. They zoom in on the drop kick later on. You see the impact of the foot hitting his face. Rick Rude hits a deadlift suplex on Kevin Owens. At one point, Kevin Owens does a lariat to Rick Rude that makes the crowd go crazy from the impact. And Rick Rude gets into a backslide, but can't bring Owens down as he's fighting through. He quickly throws his leg back to a low blow where ref's vision can't catch it. While Owens turns around, Rick does a fisherman brainbuster. And near the end, KO does a power bomb, and Randy Orton does the RKO from behind. They go for the pin, but the ref is still out. The crowd's chanting 1, 2, 3. And then Kevin Owens gets up pissed. He's dragging the ref so he can get up for the pin. Miss Elizabeth does a diving crossbody to Candice LeRae, but Candice catches her. Robert Roode drop kicks Miss Elizabeth from behind to complete the actual crossbody. And then at the very end, Rick Rude picks up the brass knuckles and hits Kevin Owens and tosses it to Miss Elizabeth to catch it, then falls on top of KO for the pin. Referee sees this pin finally. 1, 2, 3. And the Rude ones beat RKO Owens.
Okay.
You know what I need.
How long was this match?
7 minutes.
All right, give them a little bit more time. They got a little bit.
Yeah. Like, I'm conflicted.
I don't think Miss Elizabeth can do these moves that you got her doing. I don't think she can do a diving crossbody or anything like
In
that.
this universe, she can.
I feel like
That's not how it works.
That's not hard.
And
I feel like a diving crossbody is not hard. I feel like
That's
I
not
can
hard
do
to
that.
do. All she
like
did was
tomorrow.
kicks and then a diving
Right.
crossbody.
Yeah, I feel like a diving crossbody is
Fair
just
enough,
jumping.
To be
Fair
fair,
enough.
it was
Going like
probably
that.
ugly, but it got the job done.
Fair
Yeah,
enough. You're
let's
right,
see.
you're
She's
right,
not.
you're
That's why
right,
they have her
you're
doing.
right,
She didn't
you're
do any wrestling moves besides a kick and a diving
right.
crossbody.
You're right.
Yeah, she's not doing like a 450 or anything.
that'd be
Um,
great. I think.
Indies Miss Elizabeth good.
Yeah. She was doing moonsaults. Now we ain't talking about that though.
That was a former career. I don't particularly hate anything of it. I don't particularly love anything of it. But it's also not. I don't know how to describe it.
3.7.
I'm gonna give you a 3 point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a 3.76.
I knew it was some bullshit.
One day.
Okay.
This is kind of a complicated match for me because I feel like there's
Like, I kind of feel like the wrong team won, but I also don't feel like the wrong team won.
I had that same conflict.
yeah. I just feel like I don't know what I feel like I simultaneously got what I wanted out of this match and didn't at the same time, and I couldn't tell you why.
That's how I
So
felt
this is-
too.
But it's like I said, it's supposed to be the first match. We'll be playing seed, so you'll see what comes from this later on.
We gotta rate what we see.
This is just the rivalry starter. That's all this is.
Can't rate what we want to see.
Let's
What we
call
can't
this
see.
a 3.6. It's above average, but not quite far enough to get to 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like these new ratings that we give.
Hey, we gotta be creative with the numbers.
Okay, and Mike.
I actually really liked it. I'm going 4.25.
Okay, I love it.
This is your last match.
Yeah, this is my last match, the main event right here, because that was the co-main event. Okay, so now we getting the World Heavyweight Championship match between Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns, and it is a no holds barred match. So Bobby Lashley comes out in black trunks with Lashley in white on the front and the logo on the body, the logo of his body doing the taunt like this on the back. Roman Reigns comes out to a crowd of boos, and he's in his black pants, red glove, and a black beater that says smash him, stack him, pin him. He has the belt over his shoulder as he walks down the tournament with the Usos behind him. They start with the collar and elbow tie-up. Lashley overpowers him and moves him towards the rope. He Irish whips him, then hits Roman with a back elbow. Roman is sitting on the ground holding his jaw. Lashley runs and goes for a running knee. Roman lays back real quick to evade, then does a schoolboy. Lashley kicks out at one. He gets up, nodding his head, knowing that he has a formidable opponent. At one point, Roman hits Lashley with body blows as Lashley guards his face in the corner. Roman Irish whips Lashley and hits him with a stiff dropkick to the jaw. At one point, Lashley does a stalling vertical suplex, and while he's in the air, this is when Lashley does that thing where he does a little come on taunt with the other arm, and then finishes the suplex. The fans cheer. Roman does a running jumping clothesline. One point, Roman does a pop-up Samoan drop. He goes for the pin. 1, 2, Lashley kicks out, and the crowd is amazed because he really just tossed Lashley up in the air. Lashley does a belly-to-belly suplex to him. One point, while Lashley's on the apron, Roman runs and spears Lashley through the ropes. They both go out of the ring. Roman takes the steel steps and moves it near Lashley. Roman runs and hops off the steps and does a Superman punch. And Roman is talking to him while he's pacing back and forth. I'm the head of the table. 10 times out of 10, I beat you, Lashley. I'm the greatest. You can't beat me, boy. Get that ass up. And crowd is booing, so he turns attention to the crowd. He says, acknowledge me, North Carolina. I am the best. You'll see. Acknowledge your world champion. He turns around and Lashley spears Roman through the barricade as the fans cheer, looking at the chaos in the ring. Roman and Lashley are fighting on top of one of the announce tables at one point. They have a punch exchange until Roman rakes his eyes. Temporarily blinded, Lashley holds his eyes and runs and spears him off the one announce table, and they land through the other. Lashley at one point is crawling, and it's half his body sticking out of the ring when they get back into the ring, and it's near the ring post. Roman slides out of the ring, and it does a drive-by kick and hits Lashley's head against the ring post. Roman does a superplex to Lashley that damn near shakes the arena. He goes for the pin. 1, 2, Lashley kicks out. Then at one point, Lashley takes him out of the ring again and then spine bursts him through the other announce table. So they're just destroying this arena as this match goes on. Roman does a jumping guillotine. Lashley starts to lose consciousness. He drops down to a knee. The ref is coming up to see if he's going to pass out. Lashley uses the last of his strength to pick him up and slams him. Lashley goes for the hurt lock. Roman is screaming in pain. Roman moves his legs close to the ropes. He uses his legs to kick off the ropes to send Lashley backwards, and he falls on top of him. Lashley goes for the Dominator, but Roman wiggles out of it. But when he turns around, Lashley hits him with the spear. Crowd is like screaming. He rolls over on top of him for the pin. 1, 2, he kicks out. Lashley looks off in confusion because Roman still has fight left in him. Lashley immediately goes for his Dragon Sleeper, but Roman lifts his body up and turns his body in, pushes him back for an Irish whip, and then does a front drop kick that sends Lashley out the ring. Roman runs and does a Top Con Hilo to Lashley on the outside, and then Lashley hits a hip toss and gets hyped from the spear. He goes for it, and Roman barely moves out of the way, and the ref Herb Dean gets turned inside out. So Roman looks in awe, knowing that he could it could have been him. That could have been him. Lashley goes for another belly to belly, but Roman ear claps him. Does a little ear clap thing. Roman Reigns then copies the Dominator. He gets to the corner. Ooh! Then hits the spear. He tried to go for the spear, but Lashley catches him and goes for the Dominator. Roman wiggles out of it, hits the Superman punch. He lays on top of him. 1, 2, 3, and the crowd is booing like crazy as the ref hands him his title. He starts laughing as the referee hands it to him.
Y'all better cook him for the same reasons y'all cooked me.
Okay.
Why?
Because I had fucking Roman Reigns win with the fucking Superman punch, and they cooked me like a motherfucker.
That's his finisher.
No, the spear is his fucking finisher.
The spear is his finisher.
I
don't think he's
I would have made the same mistake.
I don't think he's ever won a match with just the Superman punch.
No.
Is that it? Is that the Roman wins and then
Anything after? Or
No, just one last
segment.
segment. One quick
Okay.
segment.
So grade now though.
Okay.
Great now. Yeah, great now.
Okay.
How many minutes?
This was 14.
Okay. That's more realistic.
That's a good match. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good match. Yeah.
No time constraint tax.
Yeah, no constraint tax. But there will be a tax for you had him use the wrong finisher. I hate that you had Bobby Lashley got punked earlier, and then he lost to his fucking signature move. I'm gonna give you a 3.8. A 3.8.
You said he got punked earlier. Now he's doing this to him. Look at 3.8.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley looking like a bitch right now.
Yeah, I'll go next. This isn't my style. I'll start with that.
Okay. I agree.
Like,
it's not mine either.
There's not much for me in this wrestling match, aside from like no holds barred type stuff. I also
in the ring.
I'm not gonna get you on the signature finisher thing, whatever. But I will say that Bobby Lashley looks terrible in this.
I personally don't think so. I can't get mad about the promo thing, but I think here they both were going back and forth. It wasn't like he was getting his ass whooped. They both were going back and forth the entire match.
Yeah, it's just after the promo thing. You remember? This is just gonna be a little throwback. Booker T losing at WrestleMania wouldn't have been a big deal if Triple H hadn't said some of the shit he said. So.
Oh, okay. I see.
You see what I mean? The promo makes the outcome worse than the outcome alone is standing by itself.
To play devil's advocate on that too, another big problem with Triple H winning that match is he hit the pedigree and then pinned him for like 65 seconds after he hit the pedigree.
And then Roman beat Bobby Lashley with his second.
You're right. Didn't even need the fucking finisher.
Triple H would have been with a spine buster at that point.
Right.
See,
pretty much. Yeah, that's the equivalent. Yeah.
See, I thought the spear was the setup, and then the Superman.
No, it's the other way around.
No, it's the other way. The
That
Superman.
shows that Kenny really don't be watching Roman Reigns matches.
I don't. I really don't.
Yeah, the Superman punch leads into the spear.
You gotta watch film, even if film you don't like.
I'm with you there. Sorry, Travis.
So
Kenny wasn't in the lab.
I was just know I didn't ding you on that. Just know I didn't ding you on that. Because I didn't know either. I was like, yeah, Superman punch. Yeah, fucking.
I don't want to be too harsh based off stylistic preference, so
Who the fuck are you? You cooked me for using the fucking Superman punch. You're letting him pass. You every time I do a fucking main event style matchup, you cook me. Fuck off.
I never did that.
Get his dick out of your mouth and drape him fucking. Okay?
You're not partners anymore.
I'm sick of this.
Travis is a butthurt bitch, but I'm gonna go, man. I'm trying not to be the asshole anymore. I'm trying to be a good person.
Be the asshole.
Don't be a good person.
Fine. I got some enablers. I got some devils on my shoulder. I'm gonna have to give this a 2.25. I'm just not into it. Roman Lashley is just not a matchup I care that much about, and
you're not nice, Pac.
I'm not.
Nice Pac is the nicest person ever. I told you. I said, Travis, Ricky Steamboat is not the nicest person out here. Just wait. And I told you that. I said, just wait.
I support Nice Pac. It should have been Nice Pac in the main event, not fucking Roman and Lashley.
Just wait. Anybody can be main event. This is just the first night.
This just feels too standard WWE. I don't know.
Yeah, I get that. It is pretty much just two already established main eventers having a main event match.
In a matchup that has already been done multiple times.
It's just hard. Like I agree with you talking about. Like, this was the hardest thing to do with write a fucking weekly show. Because I can't go in with a story and just do the match. This was like, okay, how the fuck we gonna do this?
Right. We're all challenging ourselves, so
I'm not really giving you a 3. I'm gonna give you a 4.
Okay.
Oh,
I liked it.
You were like, rated low. This shit sucks. Gives him a 4.
That's because he was instigating. You fell for it.
Yeah, Travis just wants me to look like the asshole, not him with these ratings
No,
drops.
I've given him 3 50-cent pieces. Okay,
Yes.
Yeah. He's
I'm
been
gonna average a 2.0 overall.
he's been a true hater.
He really is. I thought he's number 5.
Hey, Kenny, does Travis pass me on the haters list now?
Yeah, he wants a number 4 now. Yeah, you number 5 now. You still up there, but you ain't out of the picture yet. You almost there. Mike, it's on you. Huh?
Huh?
Are you talking, Mike?
I'm going with a 4.
Okay. I was like,
I was muted.
I wasn't sure if he was about to go into a big thing about a second pizza.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for that first moment to happen.
No, it's a weekly show. It's the we're not yet.
And
Wait, no, it's my turn.
Yeah, in the last,
Probably.
in the last part of the show, we see that dark room from before, and we hear the 5 footsteps walk up. So I did tell you it was 5 footsteps. We see Batista and come out. We see Ted DiBiase use his cheek to light his match as he takes the puff from his cigar with Kip Sabian holding his pack of Cubans. Then we see the Ace of Hearts walk up behind them. Ted DiBiase says, "This is my creation. This is Dynamite Pro Wrestling. I woke up DPW for your entertainment, but this is a hostile takeover. I got Roman Reigns here after he took out an entire brand. I bought out the library of these other brands. I took over the music library so I can hire the music acts that you can see before you because I have the context to do so. I brought Disney here because I have the money to do so. I brought Brazzers here because I have the power to do so. These other companies can't do what I do. I have the money to do what needs to be done. I am simply the greatest. DPW." And then the show cuts off.
0.5.
Because we talked our shit.
Wait, I'm still confused on the 5 steps.
Did
thing.
anything really? Yeah,
Yeah,
he's dumb. He meant 5 sets of feet. He didn't mean 5 individual steps.
What'd I say?
Oh,
5
okay.
steps.
Because the way
Like,
you
we
made
got-
it.
we got you here.
Whoa,
We got you
I
here.
did see 5 footsteps.
That's it. It's like,
Oh,
Yeah,
so
I
my
thought it
fault.
was just like one
it was-
person stepping 5 times.
It was TDJ, Batista, and Zach Gowen.
hey, I'll tax you. I'll tax you right now, motherfucker.
I meant to say 5
No,
sets.
if it's Zach Gowen, I'll give you a stipend.
Fucking Zach Gowen's on PTC. Get the fuck out of here.
No, I
Oh, wait.
don't. That's right.
I thought Kenny had him. You got Zach Gowen?
I drafted Zach Gowen.
Yeah, he
All right,
he
you get ready
I
for that
wanted him.
stipend then.
I wanted him.
All right. Are we all rated up then?
Oh,
I
no,
already-
nobody's
I already
rated.
read the-
We gotta rate this.
We got to read this final thing.
Honestly, I don't think this did anything for me.
I figured we had to do that. That's why.
I figured you could just do one promo at the beginning with both of these, or one promo at the. No, it had to be at the beginning because you used them all throughout the show. Yeah, I don't think that this was necessary.
It was supposed to be because I said in the beginning there was 5 sets of footsteps, but nobody ever called me out on it. And the thing was like you hear.
We didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
Because
That's
I
why-
thought you just meant one person was stepping 5 times.
Oh,
Not
no,
that
no,
you
no,
were
no,
5
no, no.
sets
It was supposed to be.
footsteps.
Yeah, that's my fault. I worded that wrong. It's supposed to be 5 sets of footsteps, and then you see Batista, Kip Sabian, and Ted DiBiase Jr. And then later it's revealed. So you see the two other people in the background, but you can't tell who it was. And as you find out, it was the 2 that he was doing that shit with in the beginning with Brock Lesnar.
We already found that out. This is redundant.
Yeah, I mean it was just a fact to show what it is.
I'm gonna give you 1.25. I didn't really think it was necessary.
Yeah, I agree. It was kind of like redundant. I wish that I think you could have either got rid of it at the end or just did it or like got rid of the beginning one of them and just did it at the end. Get rid of one of them. And you could have used that time for actual wrestling.
The minute it took.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got fucking yes. You got 17 matches with fucking 4-minute time limits. Yes, that fucking 1
No,
minute.
it was only
divided by
7.
your 16
It was only like
matches.
7 matches.
Okay, that's still an extra 10 seconds each.
That's like 5
They
spots
need
for
it.
you.
They need it to fucking make it right.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 2. Like
Okay.
it's like it's
Looks
just
like
kind
Kenny's
of
gonna go
there.
back to the drawing board and start tinkering.
No, I'm not. I'm good. I'm gonna say no. I'm good. I got point fars from you for being corny on purpose. It was supposed to be corny.
Hey, I don't care. You got what you got. I hated it. I'm flat out disgusted.
Um, I am not too keen on this, and I still wish I knew a little bit more about, like, I don't know, about the start of the company, I guess. I mean, is that gonna be revealed later, or is that just something that this is what we're being handed? I
What do
know
you
that might be a
mean?
spoiler. Like,
What do you
how
mean?
the fuck
Like,
did Ted DiBiase Jr. really get all this money? Like,
he's rich. He's a
He's
rich
$1
man.
million.
is he just rolling off his dad's gimmick, or
No, you want to know that? You want to know the truth?
He invested in
Bitcoin.
RuneCoin.
But I drafted him.
He invested in RuneCoin. Yeah, it was supposed to be
It
Ted
was.
DiBiase. Yeah.
if it's investing in Rude Coin, that's an original John idea. I'll give you some credit for that.
He
Rude
invested
Coin
in
is
RuneCoin.
lit. I'm gonna get. I still can't rate this too high. It didn't do much anything. And you were talking a lot of shit at the end about DPW being the greatest when
Like I said,
you're
I
putting up some Kyle Kuzma numbers tonight. Like,
no, because I literally said these first two shows are going to be my weaker shows because I've never done a weekly show before.
oh,
And
I get this.
and
I
these are-
get this.
And these are all setups. I said it's all about the pay-per-views.
I said in the promo itself though, whether it's like DPW the greatest, and I know it's a heel talking shit, but also after putting up some Kyle Kuzma numbers, you can't be doing all that. So I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
2.5, okay. And then Mike, what you got?
I mean, it really didn't do much for me. I'm gonna give you a 2.
Y'all are nice.
It was kind of unnecessary.
It was just like I said, it was just supposed to reveal what the other footsteps were, and that's all. It's just supposed to be the final shot of just them all standing together. That's all it's supposed to be.
I also kind of feel like it's a hard thing to
Yeah, it's a
visualize,
thing. I
kind of like
think
a
we talked
visual
about
thing. It'd be kind of hard to do. Like
Just okay.
to
So
hear
just imagine-
to hear 5 specific footsteps is
No,
kind
you're
of
not
like,
hearing 5 specific. It's a camera of 5 feet.
Yeah,
Right.
so basically, it's like the room is dark. All you see, low key, is like the ground, like a little bit of the ground,
oh,
and they step in you see them stepping in the frame slowly, and then you hear them stop. So it's like you hear the one set, they come up, the other two come up. It's like that. That's supposed to be. So it's
Feel
supposed
like
to
it's-
show yeah,
I feel like it's definitely more visual than we're
It-
gonna
it's-
be able to understand.
exactly. Like I said, it's one of I saw it in my head. It's just hard to just say it.
I got
Like-
I think I understand what you're doing.
no, I get what you're doing.
It was
It's just-
redundant and unnecessary.
yeah.
That's fine. You know, this is redundant, necessary. A whole fucking tournament in one night. That's redundant and unnecessary.
All right, so that
That's
is
it.
the end of your show.
That's
Monday Night Madness, right?
Monday Night Madness.
All right, so let's go ahead and finish the show up. Let's do some plugs. Fudge, you got plugs.
No.
Bad guy.
You can see your Book It Boy of the Year on Badass Spoken Podcast on every social media. Yeah, that's it. Check out my shows.
I be tweeting and I be TikToking both at DaMoneyT13, DAMONEY, the number 1, the number 3. Follow me on both.
Travis.
Follow me on all social media at IamTravyT. That's at IAMTRAVVYT on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram.
Travis is
find-
getting ready for next Christmas. He's the new Santa.
You can find me on Twitter, hi-fi_Mike. Find me on TikTok, hi-fi Mike, no underscore. You can find all the shows on the T13 Media Network on our website at t13media.com. You can also find our shop there, and you should rate us on Apple. Give us 5 stars. Same thing on Spotify. Give us 5 stars. I don't want anything other than 5s.
Yeah, if it's not a 5, fuck off.
So we need that'll help get the visibility of our show out. Outside of that, that is Book It. See ya.
Bye.